Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is the CCM Eflex 3 blocker review. So just like the catching glove and the pads, this is not a full review in the sense that I can use it long enough to talk about durability or any wear issues. It's more of a performance review and protective review. This was a demo set that I only had a week with. So I used this about 3 or 4 times. I can't remember the exact time. But I'll talk about some features on it and some different options that are available through CCM gloves and just talk about performance as well. So we'll go through those. This board, as you can see, is where the hand layout is. It's a little bit more at the top. I do kind of like that for a few reasons. One is when you make a save towards your blocker right above your pads, I find with the lower board, it's easier to get the board on the puck than it is for my other gloves. So I use a Reactor 6000, which the board is slightly lower. The fingers actually come out past the end board right here. So my fingers will sometimes get hit with pucks that sense, just because I'm not fast enough with my blocker to get it down in time. This little bit of height difference does help with that. I'm not sure if you can get this even higher on the board or lower. I know CCM does offer different placements of that when you custom order them, but this one does play a little bit higher than what my Reactor does, so that's a nice benefit there. The sideboard was great. It has a nice, right now, thick pillow, so hopefully you can see this. It is black, so I apologize for that. So that's a pretty good padded pillow right there, as well as a pretty solid thumb and sideboard and thumb all the way back. So that was pretty nice. I did take some pucks in there. I usually do. That was pretty solid there. This whole blocker is made of speed skin, except for a few areas, and I'll show those off right now. So this little piece right here, so extra index finger protection, is not speed skin. It is a different material. So there you can see the difference between the two of their speed skin and non. It is also right here on the index finger and makes up the top of the finger protection as well and the outside. The rest is speed skin, and then you got your standard Gen Pro right there. This blocker does have D3O on the index finger, and I'm not sure if this will be like super helpful, but it is a nice little added bonus for protection. There's a bit of padding on the top of the fingers as well. This does have a decent index finger overlap, but the rest of the fingers could be better. So it is nice that the D3O is just there for added protection, but this part right here is pretty good. I'll cut to a video in a second showing off the difference between the Eflex 3 and the Premier Series blockers. You can get the fingers protection switched in them to see what you like. So I'll talk about that in a second. But the rest of the fingers, one thing I think CCM kind of lacks behind compared to other companies is their index finger protection. Now, it is actually padded above right here, so that's nice. Again, hopefully this is coming up in the video. It is all black, and sometimes lighting can be a little tricky, so I'm doing my best with that. But this black material right here there's a nice soft cushioning to there, as well as the hard foam or plastic on the fingers itself, and that's both on the index finger and for the rest of the fingers right here. Now, I wish the finger protection wasn't attached outside of the pinky. I wish it was attached right here, and the reason being, when you close this, it doesn't really come down with it, as you can see. And as you can see how your index finger kind of moves with it, even though it's attached from both sides. The inside part is tighter than the part right here, so the finger kind of moves on an angle. As for the rest, as you can see, that's kind of exposed. It would be nice if this had a little piece right here to pull it down with it, but it doesn't. I never got anything on the fingers there, but this alone would make me want to look at other gloves because I do get hit in the fingers. The Bauer 1X and 1S is much better implementation of this, so I think that's something CCM could definitely improve on. The outside finger is really good though, but again, if it followed with the glove, it would be better, but you'd probably have to make it smaller for that, because as you can see, it does get caught up on there. So I prefer the index finger on the Eflex 3 because it sits a little flatter on the paddle and doesn't get in the way as much. as well as securing this area right here. Just slightly better. The other on the Premiere doesn't kind of like hooks around, and so I'll overlay a photo to show what I'm talking about, but that's about the basis of that. The board itself was great. It deflected pucks pretty strongly into the corner. I couldn't feel anything from there. I played some pretty good players, made some decent blocker saves in the sense that they were a hard shot and it just went straight into the corner or over the netting a couple times. So it's good props for that. The inside padding, as you can see, there's some nice Nash on both sides. So the palm is made of Nash as well as the inside padding. It's not a huge pillow, but it is comfortable. The annoying thing is if that does break down in the future, it wouldn't be that easy to repair like Warriors are, but that's how it is. Wouldn't mind seeing maybe some D3O above there, but that's going a little farther. I do wish the palm was Sure Grip instead of just Nash. And Sure Grip is actually this part right here, as you can see, and Nash is the fingers. So I guess it's trying to do the best of both worlds for comfort and padding, but I do like that material on the Sure Grip on the fingers as well. Some of my player gloves have it, and I do prefer it. The customizations of it are very minimal. You have this strap that tightens it, and that's about it. You can, I guess, loosen the cuff more with this. Again, the blocker sideboard is great, and everything about it's pretty good. I'm satisfied with this blocker. Besides the finger protection, I do wish that had a little bit more, but I don't mind using it, and I do enjoy using it. So besides the finger protection here, the one thing I think is slightly odd is just how this is made up. So you don't have any nylon seams right along there, which is good. So this material right here will take the brunt of the stick, but I'm surprised that there's a joint right there. There is some dirt, which I think is the stick rubbing up. I'm not sure how fast it will wear. I'm surprised that just didn't roll over more, just to have a little bit more coverage and no seams, but it's not too bad. The inside of the thumb does have nylon, which is slightly disappointing as that will rub up against the stick and I'm guessing will end up wearing out sooner or later, but it's not as bad as it used to be where the nylon was all right here and it would put a hole in there pretty quickly. So this blocker, the weight of it, it's not the lightest blocker on the market, but it is pretty well balanced. I never felt it was heavy on my hand when moving it. It was never cumbersome to use. It never got in the way of stick handling or anything like that or making saves. So it was pretty solid in that regards. It's just not game changing or like crazy light or anything like that. So it's just overall like good, but not amazing. Just which is kind of how most CCM product or equipment goes in terms of like weight. So that about sums it up for my quick review of the CCM Eflex 3 blocker. Again, this isn't a full review in the sense that I can't talk about durability or like performance breakdown or protective breakdown because I don't get to use it enough. But for my time with it, I did enjoy it. There are a few things I wish were better, like the index finger protection. Customization's kind of minimal. But besides that, the glove is pretty good and I enjoyed my time with it. I would recommend it to other people, especially if you're getting the set. If you're not worried about matching, it probably wouldn't be my top go-to blocker, but it's pretty close. So I do like the feel of it more than most others on the market. In terms of just how it feels in my hand, it's probably the second next behind the Bowers, and then the CCMs, and then other things, just how I prefer gloves. But the finger protection means it wouldn't be my first choice. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. There will be a written portion of this on hockeyreviews.ca if you want to check that out. And thank you very much for watching. I hate to do this, but it helps me get more review like this to test out and to do videos for people. So please subscribe to me on YouTube. There is a link in the description for that, and it's like right here in the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, also in the description, and will be at the top of the video right at the end of this. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.